Yeah, we're gonna start out hot here, Josh, and you don't know anything about this, so get ready to go. Uh, you're a younger man. Did you ever watch the Newlywed Game or know what the Newlywed Game is? So this
I
is
don't. I don't.
that's even
No.
better. So the Newlywed Game, I'll just preface this is they would get a couple together and they would ask, let's say the wife, like, "What is your favorite meal?" And then they would bring the husband in, and he would be like, "Popcorn chicken," and she would be like, "Nah, I've never had that in my life." And he would look completely foolish on national TV. So you're basically the husband in this scenario, and we're gonna see how well you know Danny.
We renamed it
Okay.
to
Yeah,
Newlycoach
the
Game.
newly coach
Oh,
game.
I love that.
Even
Newlycoach
though
I
you're
Game.
love
not
that.
you're not newly coach, the oldie coach.
Yeah,
But
oldie coach game.
Yeah.
There we
is he
go.
still gonna be the coach game?
The stakes are really high.
Yeah, because if you don't do well, I will be taking a different coach to nationals next week. So
This is just
Change
hire
one week
one
of
right
national.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I love
So
what
I'm-
you guys didn't capture was me pretend strangling Danny before the podcast. I'm glad you guys didn't have that included in the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if that comes back out. So we asked 5 hard-hitting weightlifting or powerlifting inspired questions, and we're going to ask. She's already answered, and then we're going to see what you
Okay.
think. So the first one
Okay.
is on a big lift. What is in Danny's headphones?
First
What is
answer,
she-
I prevail.
oh my god. I didn't think you were gonna get that one.
Come on, Danny. It's been 5 years.
Damn. I know.
That was pretty good. I'm already a
That
little
was really good.
surprised
Like
here.
you didn't even struggle with that one.
Okay,
No
you said
hesitation.
first answer. What would be
Mhm.
your second one?
Oh, oh, this one's a little more difficult. I'm gonna pass that impromptu question that wasn't actually included. I'm gonna take my 100%.
All right. There we go.
That's
That's a
fair.
very smart move.
Yeah.
He has seen the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Currently, what is Danny's favorite? Squat, bench, or deadlift?
Deadlift.
What was it?
Danny. Oh.
No, it was that. It was
It was it.
Oh,
Danny,
yeah,
it,
right,
it was deadlift.
We thought she was going to catch you on that one.
Yeah.
I thought she was. I thought she was gonna say squat.
It used to be squat though.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we had a little conversation off air about why squat changes over time with a lifter sometimes. So,
Yeah.
I mentioned that I've been a lot of different body weights in my lifting
Mhm.
career. Like I've been 272, 205, right? And I can tell you for sure that squatting with a nice big belly feels amazing, right? Like
So
you
when
get
you're
all the-
squatting as much as you can deadlift, game
Uh-huh.
over.
Yeah,
Game over.
yeah. And then when you get real lean and you're squatting, you're like, there's just nothing there. I'm just
Yeah.
floating out in air. Nothing feels
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
basically just encapsulated my entire time squatting. That's
That's what I
exactly how
was
it
going to
feels.
say. Like,
Yeah.
I'm built like Mike Wazowski. So it's like I'm just
Yeah.
all up here and just 2 little skips. So squat has never felt great.
Oh god.
So,
Yeah.
All right. Third question. 2 for 2. All right. What is Danny's least favorite accessory?
This is a really great question.
The
Oh,
stalling. The stalling
I
has
know, I'm
begun.
stalling. My brain is just flipping through them.
I'm going to make it easier on you and tell you that she did give us more than one option.
I did.
She has
Okay.
a few that she loathes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this and hope that it's correct. I would say the split squat.
Boom, dude.
I do
that
be
and
complaining about him.
Okay.
Pretty much any form of freestanding row. So
Exactly.
pendulé or
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
complain
right.
about those a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know a special fact about the row that only I would know?
yeah,
Danny does 70 kilos every single time. That's the only weight she will do.
I
Like,
did
you
80
try to
last
go there
week.
to like 72 and a half. She's like, no, I'm not doing
No, it's big red. That's it. Big red.
Listen, it's because he programs it right after I've just deadlifted my ass off, and I'm like, my back is fucking tired. I can't do more than 70. I'm tired.
Yeah.
No matter how much you deadlift it, it is exactly the
Oh, that's
same.
exactly right. Yeah.
it. Yeah, I've been experimenting with bent over rows because I always avoided them because I hated them. No particular reason. I just didn't like doing them, so I did other stuff. And I found that like this is my little weightlifting tip: is if you breathe in on the eccentric part, breathe in on the way down, it feels a lot more stable and a lot less disgusting. So
Interesting. I've never tried that.
Mind your
Me
breathing.
taking notes.
Now, Kyle, how much are you rowing? Like weight wise?
I mean,
72 and a half.
I literally just managed to tweak my back doing rows. And so before it was like whatever, 365 for a set of 15.
Holy
And now I'm
shit.
rebuilding.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I'm rebuilding. So I'm down to like 185 for a set
But
of
kids at home
12.
don't over. Before I tweaked my back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
Before I didn't take a deload for 9 weeks, even though I swore I would be better about taking deloads. You know?
There's a reason we're in the podcast studio not getting ready for nationals.
Yeah.
Because Kyle's
I'm
a
dead.
walking freaking mash
Wow.
unit.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
move a lot of weight, but not for very long.
2 more questions. 3 for 3 so far. All right. What is Dani's favorite meat?
Oh, it's the Arnold. It was not the last Arnold, it was the one before. The 2023. 2024. 2024
Yeah.
Arnold.
24
Yeah.
Arnold. It's on there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That was a good
Okay.
meet.
There was a second one. Which, I can't remember exactly, Dani, how you, maybe you should say it. Which one, like, would it be the second? Or before that meet, what was her favorite meet, I guess is how you'd say that. So before you killed it at the 2024 Arnold, what was her favorite meet? For bonus points.
Yeah, I think it would be I would say my favorite was 2023 Nationals.
Hmm.
Is that right?
Ooh, she said.
What's the buzzer sound that we do when somebody gets something?
Well, I was
Good
thinking it
Good
was
day,
this
sir.
the state 2021 meet when we
Okay.
qualified for nationals.
That was really good.
That was a
good.
really cool one. But also, yeah, 2023 nationals was cool as well. But state 2023 was a great meet. That was
Yeah,
like
when
my
you
best.
pulled 500 pounds.
Yeah, my
That was
best
fucking
overall.
insane.
Yeah, that was a great meet. Yeah.
That was a bonus one, so no negative on that one.
No negative.
Yeah.
So
Can I-
4
yeah.
for 4.
I'm going to make a comment about that 500-pound pull because we were having a funny conversation about it. And I don't remember how it came up, but I was like, yeah, I can't fucking believe you did that. And she's like, yeah, this coach had his ass out, so I had to do it. And I was like,
He
yeah,
was-
that's one way to describe it. Yeah, he had his
He was
ass
talking
out. So
shit
he pulled
in the
500.
back. He was showing his ass, and I was like, he really was like trying to like, get us. I think he was trying to like out dots us with one of his athletes, and he was like, "Oh, are you guys gonna pull?" And he was like, "Are you gonna pull 500?
get
Like
your
whatever
head.
it was, like 490." And I
Yeah.
was like, 500. Josh was
And
like,
yeah. Well, and
was
Josh,
making a call.
you guys know the pin's like shaking as you're writing the number down. You're like, I guess we'll do it. We'll just fucking throw caution
Yeah.
to the wind and see what
I said-
happens. And she,
put 500 in.
yeah,
Josh
she
was
blew
just
it up.
I
talking
did pull it.
about his competition day strategy that he may or may not employ on occasion, where like if you have a lifter who's in the lead by a little bit going into their third deadlift, you just have them write a massive
Yeah.
deadlift for their third.
Like, second place is
Yeah.
going to beat this.
Yeah.
Second place will try to jump it, and then that they're not going to lift the weight. They just go up there.
Yeah.
And,
That's
thank
smart.
everybody
Yeah,
for
that's
their
smart.
time, and then let the next guy come in and fail, and they secure first place. And I was like, that's devious, diabolical.
But that's why you got to
Yeah.
know what your plan is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that coach,
Just because this guy goes up there and says, you just got to go, hey, that would be awesome.
yeah.
I'm going to get my PR, and if you win, you win.
But that guy was trying to do it to Dani, and it backfired.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what happens when you see him again when you're backstage? You like shove him
Uh,
over or anything?
Do you just ignore him?
Yeah, we just like start moshing and like we fight him and like that's my warm up and then I go pull PR. Yeah.
They're still looking for Josh. All right. Are you ready to go 5 for 5 here?
Last question.
I'm ready.
Yeah. You know this one. I think you know this
Oh,
one.
really? Okay.
I think he does.
He's got to get it perfectly. All right. What is Dani's favorite meet day snack?
I know it's a candy.
can't
How
remember.
exact do I have to be?
You have to be
It's
exactly as
specific.
exact as she was.
Yeah.
So the same level of specificity. It's like significant digits in scientific research.
Okay. Could I say, I want to say gummy worms.
It is kind of like a large gummy worm, I guess. Like a gummy nightcrawler.
I'd give you a half a point for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Sweet tart rope rainbow
The
flavor.
rainbow ones.
Jesus. Oh yeah. I mean, those are
You
fucking awesome.
know.
Those are awesome. I'm just thinking about, we always cheers before.
Yeah,
And I
we
was thinking
do.
about what we cheers. And yeah.
Well,
Cheers
but
to a
it
lot of
could be
candies.
worms, it could be the ropes, it could
Could be the
be
yeah.
rings. Yeah.
Peach
So,
rings. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Fortunately, 4 out
4.5.
of 5 is only 80%. So
4.5
that's
out of 5. I told him he'd get
Oh,
half.
you gotta okay.
90.
All right, that brings
Yeah,
it up.
that's
to
90%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I love the dynamic. Like Danny's a much more generous person than I am. No, you got to do those questions again. We got to go the other way.
This is to make it look old.
Danny's a much more generous person than I am. I would have never cheers my worms with you. You would have been like, "Can I have one?" And we can. No.
You would have cheers and just taken his worms.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. At a meet is like I have insane energy and I need to be like grounded and tethered. And so if Josh is not like well fed or like caffeinated or like sugared, he also goes insane. And so I'm like, okay, well I brought enough candy for both of us, so you better eat this too. Because if not, we're all gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's kind of funny that you said that. So every time that I've gone to the high school nationals, we just had him on, but there's a man named Joe Lewis who's at a Nina. If you're in the high school game, most people know him. When he's been around, what do you say, 92? He's been at coaching.
Yeah, holy
So
shit.
started lifting in 79 or something.
He's been powerlifting. What do you hit? 700 squat as a masters. Like,
Yeah,
PR. Like he's still getting stronger at 6'5". Like he's just an awesome guy. Like he's a very awesome guy. But backstage, I'm always so jealous because I never think about. He has a camping chair, a cooler, right? Like has something to put his feet up. You know, it's like I'm just like, God, why do I never think about that? I'm like sitting on the edge of a bench or something like
totally.
metal. It's like that. He is so smart. Like I never think about it.
That's what wisdom looks like.
Bringing some crap.
Yeah.
And he also has 35 lifters that are all at nationals, so he's probably there for the whole 5-day event at every session.
Wow.
So there's some words of wisdom. Bring a camp chair. So we're gonna reverse this. All right.
Okay.
So now there's some pressure on you, Danny. Like, can you repeat it? So we didn't have these written down, so you're just gonna have to kind of be truthful here.
Yeah, Josh, no lying.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. No lying.
Yeah.
All right, Danny.
So if Josh was going for a max, what is in his headphones?
So my initial thoughts are something sad, something emo.
I got
something
it.
sad, something emo. If he's not about to cry, he doesn't want to listen to it. I can't pick like a song specifically. If I had to choose a band, it would maybe be Bill Murray, but like not all of their stuff is super sad. But I feel like I got the genre and the vibe right.
Yeah, she did, and she just told everyone that I want to cry before I take a big lift, which is great. No one knew that. Nobody at all.
Yeah.
I'm actually very intrigued about like that emotion.
Yeah.
It's not normally the emotion you want to incite, but I don't know that it's not. I'm going to now watch like soldiers coming home videos because that's what gets me.
Yeah.
You just like get
totally.
Every time.
like, for a new bench max.
Yeah, I feel like we're dipping a toe into your space now with the philosophical weightlifting, but why is it that you're looking for despair on the eve of a big lift?
Yeah, it's like, so we think about the big five, we think about like, okay, some people are like, more aggressive and more fiery. I'm just like more neurotic and more sad and more depressive. So I think it's like a disposition thing.
Yeah.
So when I get ready for a big lift, it's like, oh, I'm not going to graduate from school, and this woman broke up with me, and it's like it's like deep dark shit.
Internal monologue.
It's dark shit.
To that bar. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I want you to feel comfortable in having shared that because I'm sure there's a lot of people who all of a sudden just feel heard and seen right now.
totally.
Totally. I always thought it was funny because people ask me like, "What's your hype song?" And I was like, "I do this to calm down. Like this is my this is the brake pedal for me. Like
You're like the voices in my head."
Yeah.
That's so
I don't
funny.
need a hype song. I need to just lay down and take a nap for 5 minutes before.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Out of squat, bench, or deadlift, which is his favorite?
I'm gonna have an addendum to that. I want to know if you know snatch or clean and jerk also, since he's a weight. So
I would say clean and jerk.
okay. What about out of the powerlifting? What about out of the powerlifting ones?
powerlifting, I feel like, is deadlift because, like, okay, I'll have to tell you guys a story. One time, I was bitching about sumo deadlift, and I was like, "Ugh, and this is so hard, and blah blah blah, whatever." And this is when he was still coaching me in person, and he was like, "Just do it," and I was like, "You do it if it's so easy." And this motherfucker in his slides, cold ripped. It was like 460, just like off the ground, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna shut up and do this now." So I think it's deadlift because he's always like no matter how much he trains or doesn't train it, it seems like his deadlift is still very strong. Like snatch grip, sumo. I don't think I've ever seen you pull conventional, Josh, but I would say deadlift and clean and jerk, and I feel like I'm gonna eat part of that
No,
in
no,
a second.
she's entirely right, and it's I actually have two funny anecdotes to go along with that. One, the day before gym shut down, so like the whole pandemic started, I told myself I was going to do the Glynn Pendlay max out, like competition max out, and it was jerk from blocks, back squat set of 5 max, and I pulled a max deadlift. And after I maxed my jerk, I did 165 kilos, squatted 182 for 5, and then I pulled 250 for the first time. Like I never pulled a max, like pulled 250, and I was like, okay, after I'm just like do all this training, I'll pull a PR. Second time I ever pulled a sumo max, I told Max Ada, I was like, Max, I'm really good at deadlift. I'm gonna 1 kilo my best deadlift ever without training sumo. I did sumo once, I pulled 230. The second time I pulled 251, and then like flexed at Max. There's a picture of it. I'm like beat red. I'm just like fucking double bicep in front of Max. So deadlift comes super easy. I absolutely love it because it's just the easiest thing in the world. Just grab the weight, pick it
Yeah.
up.
Stand
Yeah.
up.
It's always funny to me how like some lifts, like your body just will hold on to them, and others they don't.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
if I am not squatting, my squat will drop all the way down to like 275. Even if I'm really strong, even if I'm doing other stuff in the weight room, it'll just like
Yeah.
just crater, and then it'll come back up really fast. But like deadlift, that's not really true. I keep a lot of deadlift strength almost no matter what, and I think that's really interesting.
Well, I wonder how much of that has to do with like how messed up your hip is.
Yeah,
That
could
you're
be.
probably supporting a lot of your squat like mobility with just the smallest like inappropriate muscles.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Like so
Right.
those probably just lose it immediately.
Yeah.
And you're just like all right. So all right, what is that? That's 2 for 2.
2 for
And
2.
half a bonus point for getting the Olympic lift.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
2.5.
Nice.
maybe we're at 2 because she didn't know the song. She had the
Genre.
vibe
so
and
that
genre.
was a half.
She had the
Yeah.
vibe. She did have the vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
What about 0.75 for that?
Okay.
So she's at 2.25 now?
2.25. Okay. All right.
We've just turned into the Eastern Bloc judges at
At
old
the
school
end of
Olympics.
this gimmick, we should be the episode. That's all we brought you guys on here for.
Amazing.
All right. It's taking so long. Josh, what is your least favorite accessory?
That's hard. That's hard.
I don't even know
Okay,
if I can pick this
Wait, no,
one
Danny's
for
gotta go first.
him.
Danny's gotta go first.
Yeah, because he trains so different than I do because he trains Olympic weightlifting, and
Yeah, it's gonna
every
be
time I
fun.
talk to him, he has someone different writing his program. So I don't know. I'm gonna guess something from the blocks maybe, or like racked at the chest that he has to do like a bunch of them. Like I feel like he puts the like when we've trained together, he puts them off, and it's like I don't want to do these right now.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
that's a great guess. It's a very
But
great
it's wrong.
guess. But it's wrong. No, it's anything squatting related because Kyle, similar to you, like my squat, my knees don't feel great. Squatting doesn't feel great. It never feels great. But I still do it because I want big legs, you know?
Yeah, want to be jacked.
I'm just trying to think of if you're doing presses from the jerk block.
Yeah,
He said anything squat related.
yeah.
And there is
Oh.
It's a quarter of a point.
Squat. Yeah, I
Give me a quarter of a point.
We're up to
2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
He almost
Okay,
said 3.5.
okay.
Almost got
No,
a mystery
yeah.
point quoted out of that one.
The Russian judges say 3.5. Sorry, Russian judges, if you're fans of the show. All right, that was pretty. All right. Oh, this one's kind of hard because we talked about it. Favorite meat?
Well, let's do a favorite meet that Josh has competed at,
Oh,
not one
there
that
we
he's
go.
coached at.
Out of
She's not
all
gonna
of
know.
those.
No, and he hasn't competed a whole lot since he's been coaching me, so I can this is like a wild card guess, but I would say that one of your favorite meets is that meet that Julie did, that all women's meet that she squatted
Ooh.
122. And it was just like a out not like out of nowhere. She trained her ass off for that. But that was such a cool moment. And I think it was a really cool moment for you as a coach or Leah's most recent meet.
No, and I would say that. So as a coach, so Kyle and Josh, you guys know this. Like I've coached Julie for around 8 years. She started powerlifting with me, peaked as a powerlifter, uh, had a kid, uh, then got into weightlifting, competed at the Arnold, got back into powerlifting, and like 8 years later, all-time PR to squat. And I talk about like out of body experiences. Like I've never felt more out of my body than when she squatted that, and I started screaming my face off. And I just remember like she stands up, I stand up, I'm screaming, and then I start to get dizzy and feel like I'm going to pass out. And I was like,
Oh my
okay, that
God.
was like an intense, like cathartic moment. One of my favorite, like ever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's absolutely incredible. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what weight class was that squat in?
I think she weighs like 55, walks around like
Yeah.
52,
So, like
53,
2.5 times
54.
body weight. Sneaking
Yeah.
up
It's
to
insane.
2.5
It's
Insane.
absolutely
Insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, coaching rocks.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still. I mean, I've told the story on the podcast, or I may have told the story to Josh before, but one of my absolute favorite moments on the ever coaching was watching a girl deadlift 70 pounds for her third deadlift, and just had a nuclear
Yeah.
meltdown
Yeah.
afterwards because it was
Incredible.
recovering from. She had her whole spine reconstructed, and I was just like,
Wow. Holy
this
shit.
is the
Unreal.
best, the best thing ever. Seeing somebody get back to being able to like live their life and do
Yeah.
stuff. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better than anything I've ever done in competition.
That's about
Yeah.
as much as I've done in competitions.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Ooh. If he was choosing, because now I feel like we're just doing the same snack here. Favorite meat day snack. What is?
I think, do you have it, Josh? Do you know?
I have an idea.
Okay. I think he's a lot more responsible than me with his carbs on a meat day. So I would guess like a banana with like peanut butter or like an apple, something like palatable and like easy to eat that's like responsible.
Yeah.
Sad
That-
music and a banana.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big
Rock
like. I tell people all the time, and it's such a fucking stupid answer, and I realize that when they ask me, they're like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Well, something with like vegetables and a protein." And I'm like, "That's a dumb fucking answer," but like realistically, I want a salad and like some really good chicken or a steak. As far as like meat days would go, Danny's got these chocolate chip bars from Costco. Is that
Oh,
where you get them from? And
yeah, they're
fucking
so good.
awesome. They're
The
so
Kirkland
fucking
brand.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kirkland brand, just like a little
Yeah.
chocolate chip, kind of chewy bar. And she
Yeah.
always has one because I never
do.
eat and I always show up hungry. And she pulls it out of the bottom of her big ass bag. That's like she's got luggage and she's going on a foreign trip and gives it to me. So
The bag
Yeah.
is 2 feet in diameter and 5
It
feet
is.
tall.
it's huge.
I'll
Oh,
send you a picture
yeah.
of it. It's giant.
It's massive. Yeah.
It has compartments, and on the bottom there's a zipper like spot for shoes. So it is something else.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
She pulls the cooler out of it. Like
Yeah, and a chair. There's a camping chair in it as well.
Joe Louis.
Yeah. He's in
he
there.
comes out, yeah.
With his
All
camping chair in the
35 of
cooler.
his athletes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
How you get your coaches backstage when they don't pay for a
Yeah, you
pass.
just hide them in the bag. Those they get spendy having to pay for a bunch
Yeah.
of freaking coaching passes. All right.
Yeah,
So
Josh, you won.
Josh wins.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
That feels appropriate on account of the fact that it's your job to know stuff about her.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that went in there.
You know what's sad? So I just made that paper right in which is it is under a desk. There's like this much space that you could possibly.
Wow.
I was trying to hit the camera lens and I missed by 3 feet and made it in the garbage. Oh, all right.
Incredible.
I want to give you guys credit. That was a fucking awesome segment. I would
Yeah,
that
love
was
for you
fun.
guys to continue doing this. I think that's
Yeah,
really fun. It's a great way to
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.